Are you tired of losing against Stonewall players? Well, today I'm going to show you how to never lose to them again. Alright guys, so how to actually handle the Stonewall. We're gonna play with d4, c4 and a fianchetto on the king side. This is a really nice way to play against this, and when he goes for his Stonewall with c6, we have to understand something, guys. The Stonewall makes his dark squared bishop a really nice piece because it's not blocked by any of his pawns. Meanwhile, his light squared bishop is going to be a really bad piece because it's blocked by all these pawns and it's really just a passive piece. So logically, guys, what should our plan be? Of course, we should exchange his good bishop and leave him with his bad bishop. So let's see how to do exactly this. We're gonna play b3 here and immediately play bishop to a3, exchanging his dark squared bishop, just like this. So guys, by doing this, we did not just let him with a bad bishop here, but we have also weakened his dark squares. And we will see just how to exploit them. The next thing we will do is we will just develop our pieces, and after he goes to f6 with his knight, we can see exactly why his dark squares are weakened. We can just simply jump on e5 on a nice central square with our knight. Now he will decide to just exchange the knights and play knight e4. Now he doesn't expect us to just take his knight with our bishop because this bishop is usually a great protector of the king and it also controls the weak light squares around our king here. But little does he know, we're gonna take this knight immediately. So why exactly did we take the knight, guys? Well, we took it because we saw that we're going to be left with a superior minor piece here. We can see that our knight is really a much better piece than the bishop here, which is blocked by all his pawns. What we did here is play c5. Of course, blocking this structure in, keeping this bishop really inactive. And our next plan is just going to be to play b4, a4, and at some point we're gonna play b5, take the pawn on c6 and pressure it with our beautiful knight here. This will also open up the files for our rooks to join the attack, and he will be under a lot of pressure with a passive bishop serving only one purpose of protecting a pawn here. So this is a beautiful plan that we have in this position, and that's exactly how you punish the Stonewall players. Okay, so here we played king to g2, and after bishop to h5, they will try to somehow activate, but it doesn't really matter. We're just gonna play f3 here, and he has nothing on us. He's gonna play queen to g5, try to attack us somehow, but we're just gonna play rook to b1. We don't care, because our knight is so good here. Even if he takes our pawn, we're just gonna recapture it. Everything here is defended, and he can't do anything, basically. So here he played bishop to g6, and after rook to b2, we played b5. Like we said, guys, this is our plan. This is what we want to do here. So here he's gonna take the pawn and take the pawn here on f3 as well. And as I said, guys, the f3 pawn is nicely protected by the knight. The knight is also attacking the pawn on c6, and it's a much superior piece to his bishop here, which is doing absolutely nothing here on this diagonal. You can see that it doesn't really matter if he controls this diagonal or not. So here what he did was he played h5, trying to desperately attack us, and we just played h4, of course, stopping any threats. And after he goes back with the queen, of course, we're gonna snatch that pawn, We're a pawn up, we have a beautiful passed pawn here. So what we have to do now is just be careful that he doesn't somehow manage to get some counterplay against our king. But here he was already really desperate and he just took the pawn on f3, and after we took it back, he played bishop to e4. Now this doesn't really work because we can just defend the rook, and after he attacks it again, we just defend it again, and after g5, trying to play g4 to really, just win our rook for free, we're just gonna move the king away, and after he takes it, of course, we just exchange everything, we're a piece up, we have a beautiful passed pawn, and this game will be over in a couple of moves. As you can see, we just have to be a bit careful that he doesn't get any counterplay, and it's gonna be over, just like this. So guys, the lesson here doesn't apply only to Stonewall, of course, it applies to all the other positions. You want to exchange your opponent's good pieces and leave them with bad pieces, after which you can easily dominate them with your good minor pieces. So guys, if you like this video, if you found it useful, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.